Hello, and thank you for watching this regional forecast for the Canadian Prairie. I'm Andrew Pritchard, Senior Meteorologist with Nutrien Ag Solutions. So we look at temperatures across the region. We're actually going to see a cooling trend here over the next 24 hours as a front continues to make its way through west to east, but then a pretty quick warm-up as we head into the middle and later part of the week as we build a ridge of high pressure in here on the backside of a very active 3 to 4 days across the prairie. We then have to watch for another cool shot here on the heels of another trough moving in as we get into the weekend, so a bit of a roller coaster ride here with temperatures over the next 7 to 10 days. We are going to be moving into a drier pattern along with that warm up here as we head into the middle to late part of the week. Again, bringing precipitation to a close here for just a couple of days. We do have to look for the chance for more showers and storms to move into the prairie as we get into the weekend and early next week. Temperatures right now, warmest in the east where we're already in the upper teens here in the Winnipeg area, 17 degrees in the warm sector there of that storm system. That's where we have to talk about the chance for thunderstorms, maybe a few severe storms as we head into the afternoon and evening. Already beginning to cool down on the backside, though, temperatures in the single digits as you head back towards much of Alberta. Let's take a look at the satellite picture here, and you can see two storm systems in the picture here. Here's the first wave kind of being lifted off to the north, with our next disturbance now off to the south. And this is the one that, again, is going to bring the chance for showers and storms, primarily to southern portions of Manitoba as we head into the later part of the day today. Checking in with the radar here early on Monday morning, we've got some showers and a few thunderstorms moving through the Canadian Prairie here, kind of along the southern border of Saskatchewan and Manitoba. Some showers across the rest of southern Manitoba, and then a cold rain as you head across north central Alberta. Now, as we take a look at the high-resolution NAM model, this will show us where the best chance for heavy thunderstorms, maybe a few strong storms, will be later on in the afternoon and evening. So we're taking a look at the forecast radar imagery here as we had through midday. This will be right around noon, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We're now pumping a warm and humid air mass into southern portions of Manitoba. This is going to set the stage for a pretty volatile environment for maybe some thunderstorms to erupt during the afternoon and evening hours. Right now, the high-resolution NAM model erupting those right around the Winnipeg area, maybe just south and east of there, taking them on into southern and western portions of Ontario. So maybe the greatest risk for strong storms going to be far southeastern Manitoba, but at least a low risk for strong storms surrounding that across the remainder of southern and central Manitoba. Let's take the drawings off and head through the next 36 hours or so. We'll take it into Tuesday morning. This will be sunrise on Tuesday morning, quieting down across the prairie. Got one little wave on the backside here that could bring some light showers to southern portions of the prairie as we head through the day on Tuesday. But precipitation from this one should be pretty light. Just looking at kind of some cool nuisance clouds here with that cooler air mass making its way in. The precipitation comes to an end by the time we get to Wednesday. So again, we'll look at the atmospheric instability here, the plot from the high-resolution NAM model as we head into the afternoon and evening hours. Where is that instability going to be the greatest? Well, along and south of that warm front, ahead of the cold front. We'll go ahead and draw that in blue. And that is, again, across southeastern Manitoba, kind of generally the Winnipeg area, and then south and east from there. That's where that best chance for some strong storms is going to be. Again, the chance for damaging winds with some of those storms, some large hail, and maybe even a couple of tornadoes across far southeastern Manitoba into southwestern Ontario as we head through the late afternoon and evening hours today. So let's go ahead and look at total precipitation all the way through Thursday afternoon, and again, much of this falls over the next 24 hours, the heaviest of which with that threat for some strong storms across southeastern Manitoba into southwestern Ontario. Elsewhere, as you look back behind that chance for some light showers dropping anywhere from 5 to maybe 10 millimeters of precipitation here as we head through tomorrow morning. What does the pattern do, though, as we head into the mid and late part of the week? Well, right now we've got this big trough anchored across the region with a ridge off to the east. That's the reason for the cooler temperatures coming in on the backside and what has been a very active last 3 to 4 days. As we take this into the middle part of the week, as we get into, this is around Thursday, Friday, getting into the weekend, starting to resume a pattern that features a ridge across the prairie that allows warm air to return to the region, but already back towards the west, you see the next trough beginning to make its way ashore across western portions of Canada, across the Pacific Northwest, and this begins to move into the prairie as we get into the beginning of next week, around June 14th, 15th, and 16th. This would be when we would transition back towards a more active pattern in terms of precipitation. It's also when we would see that warm-up begin to slow down and perhaps turn into a slight cooling trend. So as we just loop temperatures, and we're looking at this a map of temperature anomalies. So the warm colors where it's above average, the cooler colors where we're a bit cooler than average. You can see our storm system right now, the warm air advection in advance of that one, the cooler air coming in on the backside here. We'll go ahead and take the arrows off there and just take it through the next couple of days. And you see the cooler air mass begin to move in, not dropping us towards any kind of, extremely cold air mass, anything like that, dropping us back down, probably just back where we should be, if only a couple of degrees below average as we head through the midweek, but rapidly returning towards a warmer pattern across the prairie as we head into the end of the week and the weekend. But then again, as we get towards June 15th, 16th, maybe seeing another push of some cooler air across the region as we build another trough into the prairie. That's going to change the pattern here, though. We're moving from this very active pattern over the last few days towards a much drier pattern as we head into mid to late week, looking at a loop of 24-hour precipitation here as we get into Thursday and Friday. And then as we get into the weekend, from west to east, this is when we see our next chance for showers and storms across the region. Looking at this a little more intuitively with our precipitation forecast from the European model, bringing it back to this Monday morning, watching this last storm system make its way out. This is the area of low pressure we'll be watching for the chance for some severe weather across southeastern Manitoba as we head through the afternoon and evening. As we head into the day on Tuesday, rain really coming to an end, but still with the chance for some very light showers across portions of the prairie, bringing maybe a smattering of light precipitation during the day on Tuesday before precipitation comes to an end. Wednesday into Thursday, with our next chance for some precipitation in an organized fashion beginning to emerge across western portions of the prairie as we get into the weekend. Let's go ahead then and take a look at temperatures across the region over the next 10 days. Again, here is that warming trend in Calgary, peaking on Friday with a high of 25 degrees before we reset slightly over the weekend into early next week. Very similar picture here in Edmonton. Warmest day is going to be Friday before we start to cool back down into the weekend and early next week. Regina, you peak in the upper 20s as we get into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Similarly in Saskatoon. And then here in Winnipeg, a high of 29 today with that chance for some strong storms late this afternoon and evening. Cooling down as we head into the next couple of days, but then we see that warming trend as we head into the weekend, climbing back into the mid-20s by the time we get to Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Have a great day, a wonderful start to your week. We'll talk to you again, once again, on Wednesday morning.